I'll tell you that. Welcome back to Redbar, of course, the show that goes anywhere and does anything. Thank you for being a Scars Club member. If you're not a member yet, please join redbarradio.net/Scars Club. That's our racket there. That's our hustle. Okay? That's all we need you to do. Scars Club. If you're not Scars Club, I'm not talking to you via any sort of message. No interest. Thank you so much for being Scars Club, though. You know, very good club. Okay, we've got a few more things here today. Remember to keep that. Did anybody think about a performance for me to do?
Yes, a few people.
Had some suggestions for the ending performance today. Why don't you send those over to me? Don't verbally say them.
So people should say more
so what you could do is you could start texting me each one you get, and then I could think about them. Because otherwise it'll be a bunch of negative sounding no's, and similar to Kanye, I don't like saying the word no anymore on the show. This was really cool. You've seen this promoted. Probably none of you actually got to watch this because of its convoluted nature. Whitney Cummings produced the roast of Bert Kreischer. Yep. Oh, is it on YouTube? Nope, it's on OnlyFans TV. Which you already assume wouldn't be on like the app store, so you don't even look. But we looked, and OnlyFans TV is on the app store. So OnlyFans, you know, this place for the psycho, sick, twisted prostitutes, that's banned from the Apple App Store because that's porn. So what they did is they came out with OnlyFans TV, where they show family-friendly content or whatever. Content that's approved by Apple. And that way, OnlyFans TV can be on the App Store. They could connect you to OnlyFans via your Apple universe, and then they could push OnlyFans onto you via OnlyFans TV. It's genius. So what they've done is they've hired a bunch of assholes to make content for OnlyFans TV. And they decided to poach after comedians. So they hired Whitney Cummings, TVs. Whitney Cummings. Hey, Ashley. That's Ashley Cummings, her sister, watching us right now. So everybody say hi to Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, Whitney Cummings' real sister, is watching this right now. I want to give Ashley a trigger warning. This following content, I know you've reunited with your sister. The following content does contain scenes of criticism and harassment towards your sister. Now, I knew this day was going to come where we had to cover Whitney again. Meanwhile, Ashley Cummings, who's a big fan of Redbar, just made up with Whitney. Now, I don't give any person enough credit to think that they could sit there and hear their sister discussed in this type of negativity without turning on the guy who's doing it. I would hope that that would be the case. So, Ashley, remember, you got to take yourself out of this. You can't take it personal, and, you know, you don't have to listen to it, but this will possibly end Whitney's career. No, just joking. You'll get still the same amount of money that you've always been getting. I hope you're getting a lot of money from Whitney. If that was my sister, I would wring her like a rag until I got every red cent out of her. You know, Whitney is the true Ashley. I don't call anybody the true Ashley, but Ashley was deemed the crazy one by Whitney. I think it's the other way around. Whitney was given this opportunity to produce and direct the roast of Bert Kreischer. And boy, was it kooky. Kooky. Very unprofessional. Poorly shot. Edited very amateurly. And we got to see some bonus scenes at the end of Whitney directing and practicing for the roast and telling everyone what to do, which is the best part. And Whitney was being an asshole. Not in the fact of like somebody being mean, but an ass as in, wow, what an ass. You know, when someone's being so like, you're like, woo. So we'll show you some clips from that. Would you like to see some of our stuff that we found during the roast of Bert Kreischer? very excited.
It's got all the stars. So
it's got all the stars. You're going to see them all, and we've picked out.
You can pick out more than what I put in, too, if you wanted to see someone else's set that you remembered. You could just skim through.
First of all, this thing shot like Terrifier 2.
It was very...
Do I have to log in OnlyFans TV? Or
I don't think so, no.
Oh,
should just work.
Look at that.
It's a great TV station.
Okay, here it comes. Yeah, if you've ever seen Terrifier 2, this is shot worse and more bombastic than Terrifier 2.
I put in the scene it reminded me of.
Maybe I'll play you here. This is from Terrifier 2. I hope you guys have seen this. This was a great film. And does it just start here, or should I fast forward a little bit here? Add the Terrifier clip. Okay, here, let me see. I can figure this out. Okay. So Terrifier 2, they have this scene in the show where they're like...
This is like a dream sequence.
It's a dream sequence. So it doesn't even look like Terrifier 2. It looks like a dream sequence from Terrifier 2. That's a weird thing to look like. Bert's roast looks like the dream sequence from Terrifier 2. So there's this scene in Terrifier 2 where they're like watching a children's show. And there's a clown and things get nasty. I'll just show you this scene from Terrifier 2. And then we'll show you Bert's roast. There's Terrifier. He's on a children's kid show set. And everything's going nuts.
I see you feeding your faces. Feed him. He's so
Watch what Terrifier does.
Feed this man. Feed this man. Feed this
That's Tara.
man.
Oh, no! He's killing everyone on the kid show. So as you can see, if it looks something like... If I'm reminded of this, it's not your typical way to shoot a roast, right? This? Look. That's Whitney. And Whitney basically caused the same exact type of terror. Whitney is Terrifier. That's what the guy's name is, Terrifier. That clown? Watch. There's Whitney. What a scene, huh? Oh, Terrifier's out of a couple bullets. He doesn't care. Let's see what Terrifier does next. This is a great scene. Uh-oh. Here comes Whitney. Oh, no, that's not a fire thing, is it? There's a little girl trying to hide. She's wounded. Terrifier sees her. Oh. Terrifier burns a woman playing the guitar. But it was just a bad dream. As you can see, they cut to this woman in bed now. She's about to wake up, I hope, and realize it was just a bad dream. Bert Kreischer's roast was very real. And I'm going to show you. Let's start with the opening. And it's got all your favorites. Let's check it out. The roast of Bert Kreischer by Whitney Cummings. Okay, so it's this wacky intro here with a yacht. Whitney Cummings presents the roast, the OnlyFans roast of Bert Kreischer. There she is, Whitney Cummings, everybody.
Yes.
Woo! Jim Norton is on the roast. Very long. Too long. Tony Hinchcliffe on the roast. These are our guys. So far, it's our guys. Trevor Wallace, not our guy. Big J. Okerson, friend of the show. Wow, they cut him? They didn't even... Rachel Feinstein, who is not really relevant anymore. Whitney thinks she is. Donnell Rawlins, the black. That old black man. Okay, that's enough. No. Bert got nothing. I mean, Big J, who I confuse with Bert now. And then, look at this. Tom Segura in a porta potty going, knock it off, guys. I'm too rich. The roast
Welcome
of
to
Bert
the
Kreischer.
OnlyFans roast of Bert Kreischer. Let's go.
Here it comes. You'll see it's going to get demonic.
That's Terrifier's thing.
Look, this is Terrifier's set. Look. So, it's hard to see. Everything is shot like a skate video from the 90s. It might be tough to see through TV set to your screen at home, but they'll cut to some like scenes that are like completely bleach, bypass, overexposed with like noise. The editing is terrible. Again, it's like a wacky skate video or I don't know.
And maybe you think that's just the intro, but it
no, the whole
entire time
thing
at an extremely fast pace.
Yes, it's really weird. Here, we'll see.
And your host for the evening, give it up for Travis Wallace.
There's Whitney, Terrifier. Now, when it cuts to Whitney, she's glowing. She's put a glow effect on the shots of her that aren't on the other guys. I don't know if you can see this through the screen. It's glowing. There is a glow around her, similar to the glow on her show. It's almost as if she likes how her podcast looks, because her podcast has a heavy filter on it to make all the women look so smooth. She almost said, well, use the same filter for my podcast. The same lot. But I don't know the word lot, so I'll call it a filter. And then they're like, I don't know, Whitney, this is like a totally different shooting environment. You know, the lot that kind of works, only kind of works, by the way, on your podcast might look really weird here. No, sir, we already paid for that. You throw that package on, it's perfect. This shows immaturity. Now, I thought this was a big-time TV star, two broke girls. She's in bed with Bill Lawrence, Shrinking, probably has her hand in. There's a black woman in the show, Shrinking, that is very similar to Whitney Cummings. It should have been played by Whitney Cummings. So the other thing that you need to know about Whitney...
usually, in almost every single show that we watch, I pick out a character that should be played by Whitney.
Yeah. It would make every show way better.
After last night, watching one of her acting showings... I'm not so sure anymore if I believe in her as much as I once did.
Well, yeah, you got to see the accused.
You got to watch the show, The Accused episode starring Whitney. If you're into Whitney,
it's great. So the other thing you need to know about Whitney during this roast is, again, it looks unprofessional, but what's worse is Whitney couldn't stop hogging up the attention. While other people would be speaking, she gets up and starts twerking. And it's like, sit down. Like, nobody's doing that. They made this whole thing almost about her to a way where it's like, bro, you know that's... I'm surprised these comics even let you get away with this. So we're going to hopefully hunt down some of that. Let's go to 12:30, Whitney. Oh, well, let's do the full intro, and then I'll show you some of Whitney's little parts.
Welcome to the OnlyFans roast of Bert Kreischer. I'm your host, Trevor Wallace, and I am honored to be here at this Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I'm only saying that because most of you are fat enough to be genies. It truly is a blessing to be roasting Bert Kreischer, the only man who looks worse after Sober October.
The audio is all off.
Fuck all that Sober October. You should try No Nut November. I mean, your wife does it every month.
Leanne?
Bert, I'm kidding. Leanne loves fucking the machine.
See how bright it is? It's got the brightness of Whitney's show, where they almost expose it as much as it could go so that it blurs out the wrinkles and stuff. Look how white that is.
And after every single joke, they allow 2 seconds of laughter, and then they immediately
cut to the next joke. So they're editing out of real time. So usually, like, imagine you're watching, like, The Tonight Show. You know how that's edited? It's still edited, but it's edited as if it's a live show. It's got the pacing of a live event that was edited via a switcher. That's how these live shows should run, like Saturday Night Live. It's not like edited later in the computer. It looks like it was edited on the fly using a live switcher. That's how these events should be done. But Whitney is editing it like a YouTube video and just cutting out every silence that there is. So people are just like speed telling their jokes to edits and cuts. It's absurd. Drives me nuts, too.
Don't get me wrong, Bert is still in love with his wife. After they have sex, he is shaking because he hasn't had a drink in 5 minutes. Cute couple, though. Cute couple.
And I'll tell you this. You're going, who's this guy? Why is he here? Exactly. The roast should all be friends of the guy. It shouldn't just be random people. I've never understood this. The Comedy Central roast do this where they hire guys that never even met the guy they're roasting. Shouldn't it be Bert's friends, Christina, Tom, Joe? Why this TikToker or this YouTube kid, right? Isn't he just some YouTube?
I don't know anything about him.
No. It's like Whitney just did this herself. It has nothing to do with Bert. It like literally is just like, and Whitney has Miranda Cosgrove come on and all her little girlfriends that Bert's never met. This was a Whitney event. And it's Whitney doing favors for all these people she knows, but not doing any favors to Bert or his legacy. This roast needs to be redone, I'll tell you that, because he deserves a better roast filled with people that he knows. He doesn't know Jim Norton. He's never met him. 2 different cities. All right, so let's get to the first Whitney mistake. This is 12:30 in. And we'll see what Whitney does here. 12:30. Here you go. So Bert's on stage. People are laughing. The shots are getting screwier and screwier as the time goes by.
I wrote all of my jokes.
Big J on stage.
The detail sheet they send you for everybody, because these pages are comedy in their own.
Okay, so Big J's up there. He's doing his roast. And then they're going to cut to Whitney. Watch what Whitney says.
Rachel Feinstein's here.
Big J is up roasting. Whitney gets out of her seat. There was nothing that called for this. She gets out of her seat and goes in front of Rachel Feinstein with her ass and does this white lady twerk on her lap while Big J is talking. Why? That was inappropriate. That pissed me off, Ashley, about your sister. Watch.
These are comedy in their own.
Look at this.
Rachel Feinstein.
Sit down!
One of my favorite people in the
world.
Sit
down, you desperate old... That is so pathetic. Did you see her face in this? Look.
Rachel Feinstein's here. One of my...
Come on. This is what you want to be doing as a 90-year-old woman. Look at you. And she was nervous the whole night. She made an ass out of herself, like the mom from You People. She was acting like the whitest Karen, frantic idiot all night. You could see it in her eyes here as she twerks. There was no reason for her to twerk right now. I hate
comedy in their own.
Look at this.
Rachel Feinstein's here, one of my favorite people in the world.
Sit down! Sit!
Fun fact, on the sheet, not a big weed smoker, Rachel. Weed brings out the worst.
So that's it. And Whitney's up and doing, she can't sit, she'll sit down and she'll go like this. And then she'll go, what could I do to cause attention? While the guys are talking. She did this time and time again throughout this roast, and God knows how many other times that we didn't see.
Maybe she had a little Coke for her special night.
I don't like
She was sucking on a lollipop all night too. Maybe she was on M.
I don't like it. 1910. This, with the production value of this, made it seem like, no. We're not going to give Whitney a big round of applause for being TV boss after this. Sorry. Let's see some of Tony Hinchcliffe's set, shall we? Tony Hinchcliffe coming up.
Your next comic is Tony Hinchcliffe, all right? And Tony's one of the kings of comedy because he looks like a product of incest. His special was called One Shot because that's all it takes for him to blow a man. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Fuck yeah. It's so cool that we have a bellhop from the White Lotus hosting tonight. That's amazing. I'm excited to be here with some of my favorite comics. It's great to see the great Jim Norton on the dais. How about...
Okay, was there anything special about Tony's set here?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if anything actually good happened here. Oh, yeah, he did some big, long-winded... Let's see if we can... Oh, Whitney.
Donnell looks like Idris Elba's reflection in water.
Okay. Ooh, yikes! You know who he reminds me of? Zach from Love is Blind Season 4.
He is so, yes.
You ever see a guy that reminds you of Hinchcliffe?
And then you can't stop going, Tony.
You can't stop hating the guy.
You got to show Tom's set at least a 59.25.
Yeah, this was really
for some reason, Tom just like seeing him pisses me off.
Okay, 29.25. Tom Segura, he couldn't be there. He couldn't be bothered. He was out driving some cars. 29.25. And Tom Segura, watch what they do here. This is disgusting.
He really, his attitude lately is like
Tom Segura? Oh, yeah.
You know what Mike listens to almost every shower?
What is that?
2 Bears, 1 Cave.
Yeah.
And on so loud, like he's deaf as hell. Like
well, it's hard to hear in the shower with all my electronic scrubbing devices.
So the whole house is like shaking with like, I know you guys all
bathroom
hate
is
Bert.
very echoey. People should acoustically treat their bathrooms.
I know
it's time.
Guys all hate Bert way more than Tom somehow.
Yeah.
But Bert will be like, I'm being stupid Bert. And then Tom is just
it's exactly like Fighter and the Kid. The Fighter and the Kid is exactly the same way. They hate Brendan with all their guts, and they'll kind of let Brian Callen slide. It should be the other way around.
Like Bert is the easy mark.
Bert
Tom
is
the real
an angel
evil.
compared to Tom.
I know.
All right, let's see this. Tom Segura coming up.
Where's Whitney? Whitney, why are you going to the bathroom? You just ate. You can puke after the show. What are you doing over there?
Ladies and gentlemen,
And
the
sorry.
world's
Wait,
heaviest
sorry.
hologram live.
I'm so sorry for
quality.
talking
Yeah,
so
go
much.
ahead.
But Trevor Wallace did this bit at the very beginning of the show where he ripped open his jacket and he had like a fake hairy chest
Yes,
on.
and he's still...
And it's like, you can take that off right after the bit, by the way. You don't have to wear it the whole show.
He did a bit where he was going to take off his shirt like Bert, and he had all this hair on there. He has been bringing attention back to this fake hair all night. So when he sits down, he'll go, and it's like, it's over. You get one time to do, button the shirt up now, the bit's over. That really makes me upset. All right, here's Whitney introducing Tom Segura.
The show, what are you doing over there?
Ladies and gentlemen, the world's heaviest hologram live via satellite. It's Tom Segura.
Okay, so Tom Segura is behind a closed door on a hologram screen. He couldn't be there. He's going to do his set via hologram. There's Bert, and you'll see this was not very funny.
Hi, I'm Tom, Bert's best friend, which is why I'm coming to you from a box far, far away. I just wanted Bert to see me in a box since there is no way he will outlive me.
These are horrible jokes.
This is a hologram, but I'm pretty sure Bert has no idea if I'm here or not. How sad is that? He's so stupid. What? I'm here to give the comedy community something it has never seen before. Me talking next to Bert without being interrupted. I got this box from the same people I got your teacup from. Nazi technology is amazing. Ooh. Not so funny to have Bert drinking out of Hitler's teacup after finding out he spells juice Jews.
He doesn't. He has nothing to do with Jews.
I love doing our podcast, 2 Bears, 1 Cave, because I know at least we'll never get canceled for misinformation. Because in order to spread misinformation, you'd actually have to have some amount of information. And we don't. I always knew one day Bert would ask me to go on OnlyFans with him, but I never imagined in a million years it would be this demeaning. I thought we'd just have to suck each other off or something, you know?
Boo, yeah, boo, everybody, boo.
Fridge at 3 a.m. Sorry I couldn't be there tonight. Bert told me he was getting a roast, and I immediately went to buy a plane ticket. My assistant said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said, "Anywhere. I don't have to hear that fucking machine story again. I don't care where it is. I just can't take it anymore."
This is really bad.
And, you know, they said, well...
He thought this was going to be like when someone makes a speech at an award show, but they couldn't be there, and the whole crowd is laughing.
And he's such a smug asshole.
This was terrible.
Like, look at his face. Who do you think you are?
You think you're a professional comic with these terrible
He was the
jokes?
worst.
Why is that okay to ruin the roast? And they got this hologram for you. This was supposed to be a big funny bit. And you're his best friend.
I know, and I was just going to say, you're his best friend.
And that's your writing. And this is
something better than Bert goes to the fridge at 3 a.m.
This is where a comic is supposed to really shine. To whereas, even if you're not a fan, you're getting put up in front of all these other people with other fan bases. This is your time to shine. Get some attention on yourself here. These jokes, I mean, You could have wrote this on a napkin on the way to the show here today, and I would have thrown it out.
Keela Klein was in the audience, for God's sakes.
Keela Klein was there in the audience. This makes me hate computers, people are saying, because he's the computer store.
We'll take you somewhere Bert won't be, so I'm here with your kids.
Even Bert, do you see Bert's face here? This is Bert.
He's disappointed.
You're killing his buzz. He has to go. Imagine being this quiet, and he's used to laughing. You know, he's drinking and drinking and drinking. He's got to keep laughing, or he'll get tired.
And also imagine being at Bert's roast, your best friend, and not telling a single joke that makes him go.
Yeah. You have not made Bert laugh once, and he's been dying laughing at everybody.
With your kids. Bert is my best friend for the sake of our ads. No, he really is a good friend. He really motivated me to lose weight after someone at the airport mistook me for you. That was a real rock bottom for me personally. Thank you. I've heard people compare us to the best friends from Sesame Street.
Look at
and
Bert.
That makes sense, because he's
Bert's
Bert,
face.
and I Ernie more money. So here's the part where I'm supposed to say something sentimental, and then Bert cries because he's emotionally stunted, and let's be honest.
This is rude, watch.
Probably drunk already. In all sincerity, Bert, I love you. You're the funniest guy I know. A great comic, great friend, decent husband, and marginal father. And to all the people out there who say Bert is a fat, bloated, narcissistic drunk who's completely oblivious to the people around him and only cares about himself as he laughs incessantly at his own jokes, I'd like to say this. Hey, that's my friend.
Ooh. Not as good as everybody else's, huh?
He's the creator of Two Bros.
Oh,
and it's like, and now Tom's gone and he's back before we even have a chance to think. Like, give me a moment here.
Yeah. So things get wackier here.
Let's go back to Whitney's end of the night at 38:30.
38:30. Let's check out what's going on.
This is
here.
when Whitney starts to get irritated.
Okay. 38:30. Whitney is watching this happen. And remember, Whitney is...
she's been micromanaging all night.
Micromanaging all night. You know, she's a stickler for this stuff, so she claims. That's why it's so disappointing to watch her be so unprofessional, but then get so mad at other people who aren't being perfect. It's like, you set the tone. And your tone was not professional. So, yeah, they're not going to act the way you want them to do. And they're trying to get in all these rehearsed bits, and they're not really landing well. And you can see Whitney's getting a little annoyed.
For doing this, you're the greatest. Thank you.
Donnell.
It's time for our next roaster, who's actually here. Well, barely. It's Donnell Rollins.
This is so weird.
Donnell, we do have a surprise for you. Today is actually Donnell's birthday. And since there is nothing black people love more
Whitney has nice abs.
than the sound of white people singing, let's kick it off. Happy birthday to...
Okay, this was unnecessary. It's Donnell's birthday?
Yeah.
So we have to sing happy birthday to Donnell? How
about they could do it and then you edit that out and then leave some room between the jokes?
So this is what I mean about her being unprofessional. Just because it's one of the roasters' birthdays doesn't mean you need to stop the show and sing a full happy birthday. Watch this shit.
Let's kick it off. Happy birthday to you.
It's a slow one, too. They're bringing him a cake. And the funny, hilarious cake that they got Donnell is a picture of his face with some cash, and it says, "I'm old, bitch." This is what a room of 1,000 comics came up with. So they're singing happy birthday. They hand him this cake. Let's see.
Happy birthday, Donnell. Happy birthday to you.
Whitney. Okay, so
ladies and gentlemen, Donnell Rollins.
Watch, Donnell comes up. He's got the cake in his hand. Look what he does. He's holding the cake. He's showing it to the audience. And then, he drops it right on the floor. But you know who didn't know he was going to drop the cake? Whitney. So now there's cake all over the set. This is going to kill her continuity with all these edits. And there's cake everywhere now. which was not the deal. So you're going to see Whitney get a little peeved about this. Look at Whitney. She shoots up. Here, let me see if I could get her here. Ooh, she's got a mom-like face. Remember when you're like, hey, mom's letting us goof around. We're swearing with her. And then you say like one thing too far and your parents are like, you know what I mean? That's what it is. Look. Ooh, I wish I could get it. Sorry. Ooh.
And she's like so mad, and now she just has no choice but to be pretend mad.
Yeah, but she is pissed.
Be about that cake. I've been here 5.
You look like you're sucking a tiny dick.
Just let me do the show.
And now she's gonna. So he starts his roast, and it was going, this could have been good. Watch how he does this. He drops the cake. He waits for the audience to fade, and then he starts doing his bit, and then he's immediately interrupted by rude Whitney.
I was supposed to be happy about that cake. I've been here 5.
You look like you're sucking a tiny dick.
Just let me do the show now.
Thank you. He screams at her.
Central nervous anxiety, PTSD.
Nervous ass anxiety. And you'll learn why, because we're going to see a scene in the credits of Whitney directing Donnell the day before and being a little bossy. So Donnell is actually sick of this. What you're seeing is not a bit. He's actually sick of her direction and annoyances.
Triggered ass the fuck down, bitch. I watch a white bitch have a nervous breakdown in the middle of a show.
See? And now she's not really laughing anymore. And she's waving herself. Look
a
at
nervous breakdown in the middle of a show. This fuck. All right, you know what boss bitch is. A lot of people don't know the definition of boss bitch. They think because you got your ass out, it's like you a boss bitch. And that would never have made Whitney a boss bitch.
Donnell.
Okay. Let's see.
You can go to 4210 and then pretty much watch everything till the end.
This was bad. 4210, yeah. Let's watch this. So, will they explain everything here, kinda?
You can
let's find out. I'll stop it if
explain
when
as
I
you
need
go,
to.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Jeff Ross!
Oh, Jeff Ross!
Okay, all of a sudden Jeff Ross comes out.
I'm about to do something that I've never done. I've done a lot of shit to stand up. So reminiscent of something that happened way back in the day, I am about to officiate a wedding. Can I get some music?
So, yeah, this is a bit that Whitney has planned with Donnell. Even Bert's confused. Donnell says, I'm going to officiate a wedding now, everybody. And Bert's looking very confused, and then this happens.
All right, stop it. Can I get something a little blacker than that? Are we ready to participate?
Then the bride comes out, and it's this intern jerk-off comic from your mom's house, right? What's his name?
Josh Potter?
Josh Potter, the comedian Josh Potter, this useless scab of a guy comes out, and Bert is very confused at why he is at a wedding dress at his roast. Okay.
We're about to renew the vows.
Renew the vows.
Bert Kreischer and his wife. She hates this nigga so much, she didn't even show up for this shit.
Okay, so the idea was that they were going to renew the vows of Bert and Leanne, but she didn't show up, so they're going to have Josh Porter play Leanne while Bert does his... And Bert didn't know about this, and he's actually... It's kind of a cool inside look at Bert. This sickens Bert. And I've never really seen Bert get, like, tired and annoyed of someone else's shit and kind of... you'll see that here. Watch this.
Fuck yeah, that's a man.
Suck your stomach in. Suck it in one time, Bert. That's it.
He's tired.
It's the same thing.
And Whitney is just standing there off stage like the stage mom, making sure Donnell hits all his marks the right way. You see her there? Fuck. And I'll break it to you, this thing goes nowhere. I mean, I don't think you'll see in the bonus credits, they show what it was supposed to be, which wasn't much better. Watch this.
Suck it in one time, Bert. That's it. All right, let it back out. It's the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll get busy.
See what happens here.
Bert, do you promise to make one more black friend?
I promise.
See, he's not really into
the bit was supposed to be?
Look, so then Whitney butts in, telling everybody this wasn't the bit at all. So look at this.
I promise.
Can I just say what the bit was supposed to be?
I don't know.
No!
Wow.
We don't give a fuck what it's supposed to be. It is what it is, bitch.
This was unplanned here.
Bert, right now, you look like you use the N-word in rap songs.
Okay.
Wait, are we not allowed to use it in rap songs anymore?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Getting back to my wedding, I now pronounce you man and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Kool-Aid Man busts through. Or some black...
Is this kind of a Bert reference that we don't get?
I don't know, but it is an insane clown posse juggalo version of the Kool-Aid Man busts through them. Let's see this again.
Whatever.
They're getting married. Kool-Aid Man. Bert doesn't know what the hell...
Kool-Aid! I didn't get it until...
Okay.
I see this shirt. All right, this is the end of the roast, I think, right?
And then it falls apart.
I want
Look
to say,
at this.
Do I have jokes?
Whitney is getting really mad. Whitney, did you see her coming up? So Bert just grabs the mic. Everybody's bailed on their bits that they practiced with Whitney for hours. Hours, you'll see.
Fucking wedding.
And then look at Whitney.
The end of the roast, I think, right?
It's not the end.
Say, do I have jokes?
Look at Whitney. Ooh.
When I
was... Ooh. Did you see? I got to zoom in on that. This is the real
but
Whitney.
But also, maybe if they all just listened to her, then this wouldn't be such a mess.
Well, of course, but you can't listen to somebody who's a mess. Watch. Look at her face.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Aww.
Ooh, you don't want to be in trouble by that. That's principal shit. Okay, so let's see what happens next.
22 years old, I got involved with the Russian mafia.
Before we go, Bert's had a tradition at his shows for the last 15 years where he walked...
Okay, this is what you got to hear. This is the kookiest part. Listen to what Whitney says here. She'll explain it.
Before we go, Bert's had a tradition at his shows for the last 15 years where he walked out to his favorite Kesha song.
Okay, here you go. Bert's had a tradition where he walks out to his favorite Kesha song. Kesha, the artist here? Okay.
For the last 15 years where he walked out to his favorite Kesha song. So we are going to send him off with a sing-along. So let's hit it.
So we're going to do a sing-along to the song he used to walk out on stage using.
You could probably just play
Which is
it.
probably not a song that Bert even knows the words to. It's probably just, the beginning of the song, and then he comes on and it fades out. But Whitney decides we'll end the show by doing a sing-along of that very song. Okay.
Send him off with a sing-along. So let's hit it.
Then the song comes on, and Whitney starts doing this white lady dance to try to get everybody, as if this is going to be like confetti, the end of the show. But it didn't really go as smooth as Whitney wanted it to go, so she's kind of making an ass of herself right here. Look at that.
Dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us, 'cause we make the hipsters fall in love when we got our hot pants on and up. And yes,
Bert doesn't even seem to really like this song.
No, he doesn't even remember this song. And it
thought-
might not even be the same song that he's using. And in Whitney's mind, she goes, wait a minute. Bert comes out to a Kesha song. I know Kesha. And because she's been hanging out with Kesha over the last couple of years. I don't know if you've paid attention to that. But Bert doesn't know Kesha. Bert probably doesn't know what Kesha looks like. He doesn't know the words. And Whitney is calling this a sing-along. Nobody is singing the words yet except for Whitney trying to get everybody to sing, but nobody's doing it. Bert is just going...
Enjoy this song. This is how we all have to live every single day.
But no one knows the words, so it's not quite a sing-along. Watch this. Then the stagehands start bringing out a special guest. Watch this. It's Kesha herself. So in Whitney's mind, they're going to have a Kesha sing-along, and all of a sudden, Kesha, the real Kesha, is going to come out, and Bert's going to go, no! And lose it. And everyone's going to go nuts, right? Watch this.
This is how we all have to live every single day.
Kesha's coming out. They got to make sure you really know. And then they bring her out dancing. Bert's in another world. He sees her. Doesn't really. They had to slow it down. Confetti, look at this. They had to edit. Oh my God, they're dancing now. And it just keeps going a little too long. No one knows the words.
This is the greatest night of my life!
Okay, then it ends, but
Now the real fun
Now the real fun starts. So it ends, and we've got credits to the Kesha song.
If you guys don't know this, and Kesha...
Okay, here comes a little more bonus footage from the roast, and then we're going to see some behind-the-scenes takes of Whitney showing us...
I want to see the guy where Whitney was like, extend that Kesha scene to about 30 full seconds because Bert barely glanced at her.
They really had to slow that down to show that Bert even knew who that was.
for a long time was the most popular sound on TikTok. Most popular sound.
Ooh, and then look, so she knows that nobody was really vibing to that or knew what it meant. So she gets on stage and starts explaining this. Listen.
Kesha for a long time was the most popular sound on TikTok. Most popular sound until recently when she was dethroned by an obnoxious female comedian who thinks she can pull off belly shirts at 40.
Making it her about her again.
To ask Miranda Cosgrove her favorite curse words. DJ, play my shit, please.
Okay, so I guess this has nothing to do with Bert. This is how Whitney ties this mess together. Listen to this. She goes, okay, everybody, Kesha had a #1 song on TikTok once. Well, I had a viral TikTok with Miranda Cosgrove. And everyone's like, okay. And then Whitney says, play that shit.
What's your favorite curse word?
And then they play Whitney's viral TikTok song. And they've got iCarly comes out, Miranda Cosgrove. You've seen this bitch?
Of course.
And now they all have to do a dance to Whitney's viral TikTok song that nobody here knows. With Miranda herself, who Bert doesn't even know who that is. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this scene. Oh, this is not how it played in Whitney's mind during the writing of this. Everyone's on stage like this, and Whitney's like...
She was picturing the Eras tour.
Yeah, she was picturing like
Karma.
the biggest celebration. Look at these losers, and Bert standing off stage going, whew, I'm tired. Look at this. It's so pathetic. Oh my God. The comics are like inching off stage. Look at Miranda Cosgrove doesn't know what to do.
Look at Big J. He's like, oh.
Oh, yeah, let's zoom it because there's a lot to see here. First of all, look at Miranda. We're already kind of zoomed. Okay, look at Miranda here. Very embarrassed. Right. Oh, let me go back a little bit. Sorry. We're within a zoom. She doesn't. Look at it. She knows this is really embarrassing. And then you got to see Big J over here. Look at Big J is like super embarrassed and he's just looking at Bert and they're both like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? A dance off to Miranda Cosgrove's song that she did with Whitney that we don't know about? And he's really awkward. Just standing there. Look at this.
Dance, Jay.
Dance, Jay. Come on. This is so funny and cool. Look at Whitney. Look at this. And it just keeps going. And they all have to fake dance. Look at this. Bert gets up. Bert knows he has to save it. So now Bert's doing a little twerking. They're still all dancing. I don't know what Whitney thought this was.
Come on, Miranda Cosgrove, Kesha being such good sports.
Those aren't Bert's friends, Amanda Cosgrove and Kesha. You wanted to like invite your friend, you like get your friends a gig?
Do you think Miranda Cosgrove hooked up with Tony?
Ooh, because I could see Tony's inching towards her back there, right? Tony's inching. That's his type of girl.
The dance party has just started, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Donnell Rollins, and he brings the thunder.
No. Look at Big J.
Miranda, Donnell,
Donnell, Miranda. He's going.
Big J just used this opportunity to take
a selfie with Kesha. Might as well get a selfie with Kesha. Look at this.
Jeez, man. Just wait.
And now
after.
Bert, do you hear what Bert's going? He's going, Kesha, Miranda, Kesha.
Donnell.
Miranda, Donnell, Kesha.
Okay, then it finally ends. We're getting into this bonus scene stuff now. Or the directing. There we go.
People are saying this is giving them a bad trip.
Yes.
They're screaming.
I hope they're not on beta-alanine. So here we go. We're the day before where director Whitney is showing Donnell. And Donnell, it's just him and Whitney. So this is interesting. You saw how Donnell acted in front of the whole crowd, right? Shut up, bitch! It's because he had to spend the whole day with her. And when he's alone, he's just going to be kind of polite. You'll see what transpires here. So here's Whitney directing. This reminds me of like when Taylor Swift directs. Oof. Anybody see Taylor Swift try to direct so she could win an easy Oscar? Okay, watch this.
Time to officiate the vow renewal. Cue music. It's okay. I don't want that. We might need a different song. And you're here. Okay. So Donnell will be facing the audience, and then Bert will be here. I'm Bert. Okay. Bert's here. Josh. So we can't have this here.
And no one's into it. They're all sitting around going. And she's probably been exhausting them all day with the yelling and demanding and telling them where to stand and what to say and how to smile.
Like these here because it's just a future problem. No one's going to turn the show off because the cooler's not where it was 20 minutes ago. Donnell will end up being here, and Josh Potter in a wedding dress will be here. Bert will be here. You know? And then, I think it'll just do.
Can I shoot Tony during the show?
Ooh, and then he's so bored of her bullshit. He goes, "Can I shoot Tony during the show with the fake gun?" And she goes, but she wants business. She doesn't want to talk about that right now. That's not, but she doesn't know how to act around a black guy. What?
No. And then, I think it'll just do.
Can I shoot Tony during the show?
We can try to get a sound cue.
Children.
Yeah. I want to do something different. First, I want to let Tony know whatever. And then I'm all about love, so whatever.
She's going through a bucket of props, showing them what they could do to make it funny.
And look at poor sweet Donnell standing there.
Yeah, look at Donnell. He's like, This bitch out of mind.
I think we should do whatever version of it if you want to do. Just,
Manic.
You turn it on. It's just going to be off when you pull it.
And the only reason that she's even showing this during the credits is because Donnell didn't do the wedding right.
Didn't do the bit right. So she's showing us how it was supposed to be, remember?
Which makes it even worse because
it was nothing. It was worse than what Donnell did. So she's trying to show us the bit that she planned and wrote. Big shot Whitney, the director, but it turns out the one she's showing us now is way worse than Donnell's freestyle version.
Yada, yada, yada. With that said, are we in the spirit of renewing vows here? Who's married in here? You make me happiness, but I preach love.
But Donnell, you're kind of taking it serious too, you little nerd, huh? Caught ya! Donnell, you're rehearsing, huh? You didn't do this. You didn't have the guts to do this gay ass shit when it came time to it. You knew it was too ass corny, but you obeyed.
Too ass corny.
You obeyed during rehearsal because you were timid.
So, with that said, lead music.
Come on, now, let's go. Yep.
Look at this.
Wait. I'm a black preacher. They need different music. You gonna fuck with me, you keep giving me words.
Look at Whitney.
When you're ready, you will say, are we ready to start the ceremony? And you'll just need to cue them in some way.
So I did the crowd work, blah, 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 I'm turning around. So is that
But you're ending here. I just need you here.
Oh, she's so overbearing.
All I need is for Donnell to end here. Or if you want to move up more. This feels a little crowded to me.
Oh, Whitney.
We're ready for a motherfucking wedding.
Woo!
Blah, 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 blah. I'm about to
This is all during the credits still. Phew. Is it over?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my God. Thank fucking God. The Roast of Bert Kreischer by Whitney Cummings. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more on Redbar. See you soon.